Dan, see before you do it, because
Sorry, go on.
We've not touched on Hugo Siquet.
Oh, my apologies. Sorry, well done, Keith. There's so many names, it's so hard to keep up.
Yeah, so my information is on that one that Rangers have made an initial offer, but it got rejected for the Brugge right back. One international cap with Belgium, by all accounts, a very good player. But I don't think Rangers received any sort of encouragement from Brugge. And I don't think that they believe that he remains a realistic target for them, regardless of what Rangers want to put on the table for that player. I don't think they think that Brugge have got any appetite for doing the deal, which is ironic because he's got a cracking name to be a Rangers signing, Siquet. That seems to be the case with most of them.
The other name I thought was interesting that's popped up this afternoon, I don't know if you boys know him or not, but is Ryan Oné, Sheffield United. I remember watching young Ryan. I think he was about 13 at the time. I think he played for Hamilton Accies. He actually played middle of the park for them. I think he was about 15. I'm joking on the side. I think he was about 15. Looked at a right prospect. He's been down south and he's been at Sheffield United. I think a loan spell last year at Lincoln. We scored a few goals. He's still only 20. As I say, I saw him 5 years ago. He was only 15 at Accies. Big lump of boy. But the scary thing is, and Keith, maybe not young Daniel, but we'll remember his old man, Armand Oné, Thistle, Wraith Rovers, Livy, and I think there's a Stranraer time as well, down to lower league kind of legend. That's how old we are. It's the boys it's the guys' sons that are playing. Aye, it's but that's an interesting one. I mean, again, I don't think he's quite. I mean, as you say, 20-year-old. Kind of put up front. That would be. I don't know. I mean, he's played League One for Lincoln. The one for the future. That one. I don't think that'd be one for the here and now for Rangers. That's for sure.
But apparently, Sheffield United have got him tied up in a long-term contract, and I've got no intention of selling him. I think, as I said to you at the start of the show, there's so many names getting chucked around now that does all feel a little bit panicky and knee-jerky. I don't think it would be wise for the Rangers recruitment department to lose a player that they think they could offload to Galatasaray for 22 million and replace him with a boy on loan for Sheffield United, irrespective of what prospect Ryan Oné might be.
No, he's one to watch for us, but for Scotland, I think, Jacko. He's a Coatbridge lad, so he's. I know his dad was French. Our man was obviously French, but he was born and bred in Scotland, so he's one to keep an eye on. I mean, we're not getting many striking options. If there's a 20-year-old striker, a big lump of a boy, if he's doing all right in the next 18 months, we should keep an eye on him. That's for sure.
Do they think they've written off his chances of getting a France cap?
Well, yeah. I think given the fact that there was 97 players at World Cup who qualified for France, they could have filled 3 squads apparently from French eligible players. So I think they're all right. Let us have at least one.
Yeah.
What I was going to say there was transfer news away from Scotland, Keith. Robbie Ewer, presented today as a Seville player, €8 million, I think it is. Incredible ascent in the last 2 months for him.
Staggering, isn't it? I mean, there's a boy that just couldn't get a look in at Rangers, had to go on his travels. I think the club that he was playing was in Sweden. He must have been pulling up some amount of trees up in Sweden for Sevilla to have kind of noticed him and then kind of fast-tracked him into this sort of calibre of signing. It's a decent amount of money. And again, we're talking about Mick's talking about Scottish football, and we're desperately crying out for strikers. That was one of the big issues at the World Cup and before the World Cup, and it has been for a while. So if you were to get 2 or 3 of the younger guns that are coming through and making a name for themselves, well, whoever the next Scotland manager will be rubbing his hands at that, because it is desperately required. Kind of different options in the attack. So a proper striker would make such a difference, a proper goal-scoring striker. So for a boy like Robbie Ewer to go to La Liga, to a big club, if he can really hit the ground running in Spain and starts banging in goals for Sevilla, then I think you just fast-track him right into that next Scotland squad as quickly as you possibly can. That's quite an exciting one, actually, for the Scottish game in general. A really exciting one.
He's got to be in the next squad, Mick. He's got to be in the next squad.
By the way, these two are going to be headline dream on your own. What else do we want? A front line of on your own. So that'll do for me.
Right, thanks for watching. This is the end of Hotline Live forever.
I told you the other day, Dan, I can't resist. It's in my nature, tabloid nature.
She needs to be in the next squad, but 15 goals, 15 games. I don't remember being that highly rated at Rangers that you say, Keith, he was there. I don't remember people. I mean, he was obviously at Rangers, must have had something about him, but I don't remember people thinking he'd go on and be this kind of star that he could be.
I think that this one will have blindsided Rangers a little bit as well. And right now for Rangers, probably everything that can go wrong is going wrong. Even guys that they brought through their own academy that have now moved and becoming multi-million-pound strikers at Sevilla, when they've just kind of lost to injury their big hope in attack. There's so many things that Rangers have probably done wrong and mistakes that have been made along the way. Now, I don't think when Robbie Eure was there that anybody really looked at him and said, that boy's ready for the step up. He looks like a Rangers number 9 in making. But there you go, there's another one slipped through the net for them. And that becomes even more frustrating for them, given that he was part of the academy. These are the guys that you're looking to try and get first team ready. I think he scored his first ever professional goal for Rangers against Queen of the South. And then he had to, I think they let his contract tick down. Did he not go to Belgium? Did he go to Anderlecht for a while?
Yeah.
Sort of trying desperately hard to make his way in the game. And then all of a sudden, wallop, he's arrived at the Liga. And, listen, he should be absolutely thrilled. And Scottish football should be thrilled that there's a potential here that this boy could cut the mustard over it.
Talk about hot streaks. I mean, he's got 11 goals last season for the Swedish team, but he's got 15 and 15 this year. I mean, it's not just a hot streak; it's absolutely lava. I mean, fair play to him. He's exploded into life, and I say that's like you say. This is good news for us because we're looking. I mean, 6 months ago, you're wondering about strikers and stuff like that, and now we've got a couple of guys that are coming through, and this is very, very positive.
In the comments, AGSC Tech says Scandinavian and SPFL and Scandinavian leagues should have a reciprocal youth exchange player exchange. I'm having a nightmare tonight, honestly. I'm not used to the transfer window. Smaller leagues need to fight back against the bigger geographies, especially the soulless EPL. Mark says fast track years 20. He's actually 22. The fact he's considered fast tracking says it all. And this final comment from me for the night is from Tommy, who says Mick is the friend teach out for a quiet pint and you end up on shots by 10 and you wake up in a different country. Would you care to elaborate on that, Mick? Is that an accurate description?
What are yours, Mick?
That sounds like somebody speaking from experience. I'm not sure. Listen, these days I'm in bed by 10. Don't worry about that. It's my shots by 10. These days I'm tucked up in my bed by 10.
Keith, would you like to pass comment on that?
That was old, Mick. There's no relic sitting here.
That's why he's been known for some considerable time as Frank the Tank.
Past tense, Keith. Those are the old days.
I've experienced this up close and personal, and it does appear to me as if Tommy has some sort of insider knowledge on the whole.
Tommy, if you get any photographic evidence right in, we'll be sure to show it tomorrow night.